Chapter 16. The Ghost in the Machine. The successful exploitation of the Asian basketball glitch sent a tremor through the online betting underworld. Not a seismic shock, but a persistent tremor that registered on the internal dashboards of several mid-tier bookmakers. They didn't know who was behind it, but the pattern of calculated, almost surgical strikes was unusual. It wasn't the work of a lucky amateur or a desperate addict. This was something else. Someone was playing a different game. In a sterile, glass-walled office in Malta, a man named Victor Kroll, head of risk management for a consortium of offshore betting firms, stared at a series of flagged accounts. The names, Salim Oskan, Handan Erdem, Phoenix, meant nothing to him. The IP addresses were scattered, the betting patterns seemingly random, yet collectively, they showed an uncanny efficiency. "It's like a ghost," Victor muttered to his junior analyst, a nervous young man named Murat. "It touches everything, but leaves no trace." Murat, still new to the cutthroat world of online gambling security, frowned. "The algorithms say it's a sophisticated pattern of distributed risk assessment. They recommend a soft block on all related accounts." Victor scoffed. "Soft block? That's what you do for a kid trying to game a bonus. This is different. This is professional. Someone is testing us." He leaned back, his eyes narrowing. "Find me the common thread. Not just the IPs or the names. Find me the logic." Meanwhile, in Istanbul, the old man was already anticipating their reaction. He knew that his early, subtle probes would eventually be noticed. The system was designed to learn, to adapt. But he was faster. He had spent decades adapting. He began to shift his tactics. Instead of exploiting immediate glitches, he started to plant false flags. He created new accounts, deliberately making obvious losing bets designed to look like the work of a frustrated, emotional gambler. He wanted to feed the algorithms bad data to make them chase shadows while he prepared his next, more significant moves. "They'll spend resources tracking these phantom players," he explained to Rami, pointing to a complex flow chart on his whiteboard. "They'll build profiles based on our decoys. And when they think they understand us, that's when we strike from an unexpected angle." Rami, now fully invested in the old man's grand design, understood the elegance of the deception. "So, we're not just finding their weaknesses, we're creating them." "Precisely," the old man affirmed. "We are manipulating their perception of risk. We are the ghost in their machine." He started to delve deeper into the psychology of the bookmakers themselves. He researched their corporate structures, their key personnel, their financial vulnerabilities. He wasn't just betting on games. He was betting on the human element within the cold digital system. He found articles about Victor Kroll, a former chess prodigy who had turned his analytical mind to risk management. A chess player, he thought, a faint smile playing on his lips. This will be interesting. The next phase involved a subtle form of information warfare. He began to leak carefully curated, misleading insider tips into obscure online forums and dark web channels. These tips were designed to create artificial loads on specific betting lines, making large numbers of unsuspecting gamblers place bets on outcomes that, based on his own deeper analysis, were actually unlikely. The bookmakers' algorithms would register these loads as genuine market interest, forcing them to adjust their odds, often in a direction that would ultimately benefit his carefully placed counterbets. It was a slow, meticulous process, like setting a series of dominoes. Each false tip, each manipulated load was a tiny push designed to create a cascade effect that would eventually lead to a significant payout for him while draining the bookmakers' reserves. One particular target was a large, well-established online casino that also offered sports betting. Its name was ApexBet, and it was known for its robust security and sophisticated algorithms. But the old man had found a chink in its armor: its reliance on a third-party data feed for live match statistics, which occasionally suffered from micro-delays. He planned a multi-pronged attack during a major European football match. Rami's script would monitor the data feed for these microdelays. When detected, the old man's decoy accounts would place a flurry of small, seemingly random bets, creating a distraction. Then his Orion account, the real one, would swoop in, exploiting the fractional second of outdated odds before ApexBet's system could self-correct. The night of the match was tense. The old man, usually calm, felt a flicker of the old excitement. This wasn't just about money anymore. This was about proving a point, about showing them that even their most advanced machines could be outsmarted by a mind that understood the human flaws embedded within them. As the game kicked off, the digital battlefield came alive. The screen glowed with flashing numbers, rapidly changing odds. Rami's script chirped, signaling a micro-delay. The decoy account sprang into action, a digital flurry of seemingly amateur bets. And then, with a precise click, the old man unleashed Orion. The bet landed, a perfect strike, exploiting a fleeting window of opportunity. ApexBet's system, designed to handle millions of transactions per second, registered the anomaly. Alarms, silent to the outside world, blared in its data centers. Victor Kroll, alerted by the sudden spike in suspicious activity, watched in frustration as the system struggled to identify the source. It was like trying to catch smoke. The ghost was there, but it remained elusive. The old man leaned back, a faint smile on his lips. The money would come, but more importantly, the message had been sent. They knew he was there. They just didn't know who. And that he knew was his greatest weapon.